in this episode, you actually are going to hear Seiyuu rapping. And you heard Toshiki Toyonaga, and he is here with Cosmes. Yeah, he is here with Cosmes. And you heard Soma Saito,
okay.
and he is here with Flink Posse. So Soma Saito and Toshiki Toyonaga are here, but in different groups. This is a different project from the others that you heard before. So right now, you are going to dive into Mad Trigger Crew. The song is called Shinogi, that pulls. And this song is from the Hypnosis Mic franchise, the very first 2D music project focused exclusively on hip-hop music. They debuted in 2017. They are the very first hip-hop project when it comes to 2D music. And most of the Seiyuu joined this project thinking that this project was not going to be popular at all. Because hip-hop music is not viewed positively in Japan. And you will let me know much better if you know that. Because usually they say that hip-hop music is tied up with criminals, vandalism, the graffiti community, the underground community that people do not see as being respectful, let's say, of the standard Japanese that you expect there. So hip-hop was not really popular wildly until this project started to become really popular. So first of all, I would love to know from you, if you know, of course, how hip-hop music is viewed in Japan. The idea that Seiyuu passed was that hip-hop was not really well viewed, and some hip-hop artists said that they are in some way marginalized because they are performing hip-hop music, they have tattoos, they talk about drugs, they talk about everything that is not really common or accepted in Japan. So they sort of feel that they were marginalized up until now that the genre has become popular.
Okay. I mean, first I didn't even know like the hip hop is considered as like related to these kind of like illegal things.
Yeah.
I mean, I to be honest, I had nothing, no like stereotype or like no negative comment or like image of this genre of music, because I think it's also my surroundings was not listening to this kind of music, so therefore I didn't have a chance to like touch and feel this genre of music. I started recently, so I had no like a bias. I just listened to it and appreciated it, and that's it. I didn't know anything about it.
For example, when you were there at school and high school and everything else, did you feel that hip-hop music was popular among the students, or was it just a fringe of people that actually enjoy that, or nothing?
For students, I think it's not popular, hip-hop. I don't know about now, but in my generation, I can't come up with any of my friends who listen to hip-hops. I don't know.
You are going to be surprised, because these projects managed to do something really unique, which is that they are 2D music projects, and while usually they hire composers to do their music, what they did was hire the real hip-hop artists to create the music for them, to let you know that if you ever dive or explore hip-hop music from Japan, you will find some of those artists actually composing music for these groups or writing lyrics for these groups, which is really interesting. So the first one that we are going to check is Mad Trigger Crew. Their whole vibe is really aggressive. One of the members is Yakuza, and the other members are an ex-military person and a corrupt cop. This is a bit different from what you are expecting, so this is going to be interesting. What did you feel?
I was not expecting to have this visual of like characters. I was not expecting this world to enter this rap toka or like a hip-hop music.
Could you tell, for example, when you were listening to the song, which city they were representing?
Hamani Hamare is like be a true, like a kid from Yokohama or something.
Yeah. True to the hood, basically.
Yeah.
So, each group represents a different city or neighborhood. We have Yokohama, we have Shinjuku, we have Shibuya, Ikebukuro, we have Nagoya and Osaka. These are the ones that we have in this franchise. And they have different colors associated with different cities as well. Yokohama is represented by blue, led by Shintaro Asanuma. The one with a really deep voice and the auto-tune in the chorus is Shinichiro Kamyu. I interviewed him 5 years ago. He's a really nice person. which was the only Seiyuu I have ever interviewed in my life up until now. And then we have Wataru Komada, the one with the slightly different voice in there, the one that was not really that deep was Komada. They are amazing. This song actually made a lot of people drop their jaw on the floor because they were not expecting a song this imposing, intense, and emotional at the same time. The lyrics are a tad violent, but still they are representing their hood. They are really proud of that, and you can feel that in the song. And I feel that in some way it captures that bass style vibe that they have there in their song, especially the chorus. It has those Yokohama vibes. At least I went there to Yokohama and I felt that, yeah, this song really captures those vibes. Not so much about the crime, because I went there, I didn't see any crime whatsoever, but still, the vibes were there. And I feel that it captures really well Yokohama. But you will know much better than I do, because that's close to where you lived. We lived in Tokyo, so Yokohama is just a step close to the city. So let me know if you feel that the vibe was correct, or if you actually felt that they captured really well Yokohama in a song.
In a song?
Yeah. This is meant to represent Yokohama in some way.
Okay. Yeah, Hama, yeah. What do they call people from Yokohama? I think it's a Hamako. If you're from Yokohama, they call themselves Hamako, and yeah, so like a Hama, not Yokohama.
Oh.
And yeah, otherwise, I think Yokohama is kind of like, it's not, I mean, it's like any other city. Like you have the like a dodgy side of the city with like bars and stuff, and there are probably many crimes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like Shinjuku, I imagine.
Yeah, Shinjuku also has the same vibe.
Like a big city. I mean, not quite, but yeah, Yokohama is big. Even though I don't really go there. It's because it's, I mean, what you can do in Yokohama, you can of course do in Tokyo. So the only time I went, it was like when it was necessary, like for a job reason, or like beaches I don't visit because we have in Chiba prefecture. Chukagai, like the Chinese town.
Yeah, the Chinese town. I feel that it is the only reason. That's the only unique thing.
Yeah, if you like baseball, then you have a stadium. Otherwise, you don't really have the reason to go to Yokohama. But it's like we have the ranking of the cities where you want to live among the Japanese people.
Yeah.
Yokohama is always on top, like rank 1.
Wow. Really?
Yeah. Everybody wants to live there. I don't know why.
It is quieter and closest to Tokyo, let's say. Maybe.
Yeah, I absolutely have no idea. Far enough from Tokyo, but big enough.
Yeah, I feel it is the same thing with Saitama. I feel it is almost the same reason.
Yeah, it's getting popular.
Yeah, it's in the outskirts. They are really close to Tokyo, but they are in a quieter place, let's say.
Yeah, exactly.
In comparison. So yeah, this song was representative of Yokohama. They have the vibe nailed down. The next one is representative of Shibuya. One of the members is representing a fashion designer, the other one is representing a gambler, and the other one is representing an author. Their tone of music is emo, so prepare yourself, because this is a different style of rap and a different vibe as well. So whenever you're ready, we can dive into that. So, Stella by Flink Posse. This is kind of a nostalgic sort of emo song, I feel. That's the vibe that they have.
Okay.
They went with that, with the emo vibe. Their performance is much like that, I feel, in this song specifically. Their sound is not usually like this. They try to blend pop with hip-hop in their music, because they try to represent that vibrancy of Shibuya, basically. Yeah, they try to represent that vibe of idols and the J-pop music and the fashion and everything else. So their music is a bit more, I would say, trendy than the other hip-hop groups. But at the same time, they have these moments in which they go really introspective and emo in their performances. So what did you think about the song? What did you think about the lyrics? And then I can talk a little bit about the group and the members, because you already know one of the members. And if you paid close attention to the pronunciation of English and French, you know who was performing what in which place.
I mean, this is a rap song, so I don't understand anything about the lyrics. But I like the lyrics. I mean, the sound of the lyrics because with it rhymes, and I think it does better job than the first one.
Oh.
I mean, I don't know if it's just me, but like I think when you do like a rhyming, it's more, I don't know, like interesting to rhyme with a different vocabulary or like words.
Yeah.
But the Yokohama one, like they use the same 3 times the same word to like make the same sound, and I don't know if they do with the rap music, but that's why I was not used to. Like they used the word kendyoku. But they used it 3 times to make the same sound.
Yeah,
But it says same words like kendyoku, kendyoku, kendyoku.
Is it that?
I don't know if they made a mistake or.
Yeah. Oh, okay. It didn't sound like the same because I feel that he pronounces it a bit differently the second time he says that. Yeah.
Maybe it's possible.
Okay, so that's the same word. Oh.
Yeah. But in general,
Yeah.
I
feel
think
that the lyrics are more complex in the second one. Is that
yeah, and that's why I appreciated it than the first one.
It feels more poetic in some way. Soma Saito, you can tell he is there, but he is singing in a different tone. If you go back to the second verse, he's the one that is performing with a false deep voice. He doesn't have a deep voice, but he is performing with a false deep voice in there. We call that a fa baritone. He was trying to do a fa baritone, let's say to lower his voice to a range that he doesn't have, but he can try to pull off. And he is performing, once again, the English words sound exactly like English, and the French words sound exactly like French. So he says histoire really well, and then he has before something, I don't recall what he says before in English, but he has another word in English that he ties up with that one, and it works pretty well. It is hypnotized, it is that, yeah. Hypnotized, and then he stops and then says histoire, and he shifts between English, Japanese, and French within that sentence, and it works. And it is clear. So yeah, you have him there, and then we have, of course, wrapping up the song. When it comes to the Hypnosis Mic franchise, this is the very first to the hip-hop franchise. However, there's a second hip-hop franchise. It is called Paradox Live, and the next 2 songs are going to be from that franchise. Each group simply represents a different subgenre of hip-hop, basically. So this is a bit of a different approach. Instead of all those groups performing all subgenres within hip-hop music, in this case, each group in this project performs a different specific music subgenre within hip-hop music for them specifically. So the first group that you are going to check is Cosmes. The song is Ain't No Love. Their music is really emotional, but also violent at the same time. And one thing here, one of the singers, Toshiyuki Toyonaga, is here. You will listen to his voice again. You have also Kobayashi Yusuke. A funny fact, Yusuke Kobayashi was born in the UK, so he speaks English. Although he says he doesn't speak really well, you will understand his pronunciation is going to be really clear in this song. And of course, Toshiyuki Toyonaga doesn't need any introduction. You already heard him twice, and this is going to be the 3rd time. Please prepare yourself, because this song, they usually have a sort of an EDM trap style of hip-hop, but this time around the song is not like that. This is a more introspective, I would say emo as well, type of hip-hop song. Okay, so what did you think? This one has really explicit lyrics.
Yeah, this makes more rhyming as compared to the first one. I like it.
The lyrics, just a really interesting trivia. This was the very first time that lyrics for a 2D group, or even for Seiyuu, have a parental advisory. We are talking about prostitution, drugs, crime, death, homicides, and everything else in here. We are talking about, violence, domestic violence, and also violence against the kids. So these lyrics are the very first time that someone touches upon those topics into the music. I feel it was the very first time that Seiyuu actually performs something this raw and emotional and sensitive as this song. So yeah, that's my insight about the lyrics, because when they released, people were really surprised by how raw this song was, because this is going to be, of course, censored everywhere else, because the lyrics cannot even be broadcasted in any way because of the story it is being told. Yeah, it doesn't have expletives in the sense of having shits or dams, but it has the mentions about prostitution, sexual harassment. It has everything else in there. So it's sort of frowned upon on radio for most, let's say, radio friendly or let's say 2D music friendly radio shows or radio broadcasts. So that song is really famous among fans, but I feel doesn't get the love that it should get, which is ironic given the title of the song. But yeah, this is quite the unique one. I would love to know what you thought about that, because you were talking about the rhyming. You have only 2 people here, which is much easier, I would say, to manage. There's less people singing and they are more coordinated, I feel. And their rap really flows well together between them because their voices are almost the same at times.
Okay, I think the rap, when it comes to rap, but in Japanese, it's well, this one I think we can add English word because it's just cheat code. I mean, you can add another language to make another rhyme, and this is like a cheating. And it sounds cool because it sounds cool. So that's why
I remember when I listened to the song, they were using the stage and page to rhyme. But then they used Japanese afterwards because they didn't want to repeat that, which is really interesting.
Yeah, it sounds more cool and interesting, as someone who learns language.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you think about the Seiyuu in this case, the 2 rappers that they were here? One of them you of course know, Toshiki Toyanaga.
I can't even I can't almost recognize him because I mean it's so different than the image I had at the first.
If you see him on stage performing this song, you will be surprised. It's a bit different, I feel, especially because you come from that song of him, that solo song. Then you went for that from Lolodi that was really orchestral and completely different. And then you arrive here and he's performing rap. So that's different, but as I told you before, he can do everything. Him and Soma Saito, the ones that you found everywhere throughout these recordings, they can do everything. That's why you found them performing pop, performing as a solo artist, and performing hip-hop as well. They do a little bit of everything. You can tell that here, his voice was needed because he has that emotional depth to his performances that some others you may not have. Yusuke Kobayashi is a really interesting addition here. He's the one that leads the way, he's the leader of the group. The older brother out of the 2, if you understand the story, they are 2 brothers. He's performing the older brother, while Toshiki Toyanaga is performing the younger brother. They work really well together when it comes to the rapping. Yusuke Kobayashi is not that famous, I would say. He's more famous as a voice actor than as a singer. He doesn't have any solo career whatsoever, and he's barely in any 2D music projects. He barely sings. He's not on, let's say, he's on this project and I feel other 2, and that's all. While Toshiki Toyanaga is in 12 or 13 different 2D music projects, which is a lot. Cosmes is a really unique group in that project. I feel this was all about Cosmes. We are going to dive into the last song in this episode. It is from Buraikan. It is Do or Die. And prepare yourself because maybe you will know one of the voice actors because he dubs commercials in Japan. He's really known for dubbing commercials. He has a really deep voice. He's also really popular in anime, but he's more known for dubbing either TV shows from abroad or series. And he's also known for doing a ton of voices for commercials. On the other hand, we have Kensho Ono, who is a stage actor, a voice actor, and a singer. So we have the dynamic between Junichi Suabe and Kensho Ono. So let's dive into Buraikan and wrap up this episode. So, this one was different.
I think I preferred the last one the most.
Okay.
I don't know the choice of instrument, I'd say. I don't know why did I like it. Yeah, like the flow. It was slower than the other one. It's less vulgar. That is more like something I imagine on the hip hop. I mean, at least for me. Yeah, that's why I preferred.
They have a really old school vibe, I feel, like the west side of the US in terms of style.
Yeah, like the other ones, it's like against police or like against society, but this one is like a coast skater, like I imagine, these kind of, like a more like that slow, chill.
Yeah, it's more on the cool side, I would say. It brings those big California vibes to this song, I feel, in terms of the rap. In this case, I was following the lyrics for the very first time. I had never followed the lyrics before. And I loved how they were rapping. I feel the player rhyming with Joker is crazy. They pronounce the word differently just for that to actually rhyme by the end of it all. I remember what they were saying. I feel the main dish rhyming with Isho, which is crazy. Isho, main dish show, and that's crazy what they were doing there. They were pronouncing some words on purpose in katakana to rhyme those with kanji, and it worked. They also used the nara as a crutch for most of the rapping. They have a full-on chorus in which the nara is the last word in each sentence, so that they could rhyme that fluidly, let's say. Yeah, nara. They were basically using that as a crutch to rhyme the rest of the verse. But I feel this is a really good one to wrap up this episode with, and this section of episodes that we did, which were 4 or 5 episodes about male music, and for you to discover this, because this one is a really good one, a really relaxing one, I feel. Good vibes only. So yeah, what did you feel about the voices? Because these 2 voices you never heard before, at least here in the songs that I showed you.
Oh, yeah. And then you said that they dubbed in the commercial in Japan?
Both of them dub TV series and movies. But Junichi Suabe, the one with the deeper voice, is the one that usually dubs commercials in Japan. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I could imagine like it's typical nice,
Yeah.
like
He's a narrator first, so
that you hear in commercial.
Yeah, he's a narrator first and then a voice actor. He's actually one of the most vocal people when it comes to the rights of voice actors, when it comes to art and people stealing from them and AI and everything else. So he has been really vocal about that. He's also one of the richest Seiyuu. He has a collection of Ferrari cars. So he's
rich.
Really rich.
Like money.
Yeah, he's really rich at that point. He has a collection of old cars in his home, so that's crazy. But he has done a ton of dubbing foreign movies and series, so that's why he brings a lot of money. That's what pays the most in voice acting, is dubbing. And he has been doing that for years and years, decades, let's say, because he's 50 years old, so he's older than many, or let's say most of the Seiyuu that you heard in these projects, so that's crazy. Junichi Suabe is a second generation when it comes to old Seiyuu or veteran Seiyuu coming to the music projects to sing. He already was singing before, but rapping he was not doing that, so it was the very first time for him. But he said, curiously enough, that it is really easy to rap because it is almost like narrating or dubbing, because he has to have a lot of care about his pronunciation and enunciation. So rapping is not that hard for him because of that. If he thought it would be more difficult, but it is not hard for him because of that. The other Seiyuu is Kensho Ono. You may know him if you saw Kuroko no Basket, the really popular basketball anime. Yeah, he's from there, basically. Let's say he's the most popular because of that project. He has been in a ton of really popular, from mecha to romance and everything else in anime, but he's most popular because of his work in Kuroko no Basket. He actually performed some of the songs when he was a solo artist for that anime series as well. This is a CD in which there is songs of all those groups, as well as special ones in there as well. Because Buraika is a new group, they don't perform many songs in the franchise. They only appear to be sort of MCs for the fight that they do. They have a sort of a fight going on. So they are sort of MCs because they are the legends in that franchise. So they appear for this song specifically, but they don't release music as regularly as the other groups do. So they don't participate in the fights. They sometimes release a song, but that's that. Different projects, different groups, but at their essence, they are all about celebrating hip-hop music and putting it on the spotlight when the music was not really popular among this type of fans. 2D music fans didn't follow hip-hop much, and hip-hop was used as a gimmick for music to sound cool, basically. So now they have groups that actually are embracing hip-hop music, and they are now diving into the culture of hip-hop and getting into the music genres and getting into the artists that created these songs for them. So that's a whole different movement here, much better than having just a group with a song that has some elements of hip-hop. So now they are fully embracing the music genre. So yeah, you have those two. They are the only projects about hip-hop music, Hypnosis Mic and Paradox Live. They all have that concept of having a battle between the groups to become the best, to become the king, to become the top performers. So yeah. I feel this is all from us in this episode. You went through so many songs, Kotaro. Thank you so much for your patience. Yeah. I feel that this was kind of interesting to see you actually diving into the other sides that I usually don't dive, because you know the little details about the culture and the little details about the lyrics, even the writing itself, which was really, really useful in many of the episodes. I was not expecting you to dive so deep into that, so thank you very much for that. I feel that everyone watching this episode will be thankful for you to dive so deep into those details. And also, thank you very much for coming. To everyone watching, thank you very much for watching these episodes. If you stuck around for all these episodes alongside me and Kotaro, as we dove basically into songs that were new for Kotaro. Not anymore, so now you can listen to those if you want to, and check their music out if you want to as well. I fully recommend you. And yeah, I'll see you guys in other episodes. There's a ton of content coming in the next couple of weeks, so do look forward to that. And I don't know if you want Kotaro back again, but I'm going to bring him back if there's something really awesome that happens, or you guys want him to dive into new music as well, and we can react to it on camera if you want to. So yeah, please leave your suggestions of songs that you would love to see us dive into and explore, and the songs that you recommend everyone to check for the very first time. As you can see, Kotaro was actually pretty open about everything that we were listening to, so please shoot those suggestions in the comments. And of course, if you are on a streaming platform, give it a thumbs up or follow this podcast. If you are on YouTube, give it a thumbs up as well. It helps a lot with visibility and to bring more people to the channel. And thank you very much for watching this episode. I'll see you guys in the next one.